Hello, everyone.
Hey, we hope you're enjoying your Thursday. All right.
Yeah.
Once again, Father Son Galaxy, I'm Kerwin. This is Keith.
Hello.
Uh, we, last week, it's almost a week ago. I can't believe that we went to see Black Panther Wakanda Forever.
Mhm.
If you have not seen
And
our,
actually, just for anyone who watches this live stream in the future, it's been a week. It's been 2 weeks. It's been 3 weeks. It's been 4 weeks. It's been a month. It's been a
it's,
year. It's
oh,
been
right, I get it.
decades, century.
Sure, right. That's true. You're right. We got to think about the future, right? So, in the past, we saw Black Panther Wakanda Forever. It was very cool. If you have not seen our review, we highly recommend you check it out. It's our spoiler review. It's up on our channel. But we wanted to talk about Ironheart. We this was a new character to the MCU that was introduced in a movie by actor is Dominique Thorne. She did a very good job playing Ironheart. So we wanted to know if maybe what some of what we saw in the film is represented in the comics.
Yep.
So what we're going to discuss is, her history in the comic books. Who created her, why she was created, what was her purpose. We're just going to go through all of that. All right. So right before we start, just want you to please, welcome anyone to the chat. This is live stream. If you're new, please like this video, or even if you've been here more than once, like this video, subscribe to our channel. We can't wait to get started. All right, here we go. So Ironheart was created by Brian Michael Bendis and Mike Deodato. Michael Bendis is the writer. Mike Deodato is the artist. Her first appearance was in the Invincible Iron Man #7 back in 2016. Bendis. Now, let me tell you something about Michael Bendis. He is Brian Michael Bendis. He is a very talented writer, comic book writer. Let me know if there's anyone out there who are comic book fans who've seen his name. He's done a lot. He's written a lot. He also was the creator of the Miles Morales character.
Precisely.
Yeah, in the Ultimate Comic Books 2011. And a brief story about Miles Morales. I was so excited when I read about this comic book coming out, about this Cuban American teenager. I believe he's from Brooklyn, where I
Yeah.
grew up, right? And I was just excited to just see, okay, well,
You saw
how,
yourself in him.
well, yeah, a little bit, yeah. And how is this, young boy going to represent himself as being Spider-Man, and what type of Spider-Man is he going to be, different to Peter Parker? And would you know that I went to the comic book store the first day that it came out, got to the comic book store, and it was already sold out. That was how huge it was. It was a big deal back then. But eventually I got the comic, but
Thank
a
goodness.
different
Otherwise, this would be a different story.
yeah, I think it was a second or a third printing, but I mean that thing was just gangbusters and it sold quickly. All right, so yes, yeah, like I said, Bendis has written for a lot of stories. He's written for Marvel Comics. He's also written for DC Comics, and Ironheart was created during a time where Marvel was looking to tell new stories about diverse characters.
Yeah, back at the age of Marvel now.
Yes.
That all that Marvel, that basically the 2011 Marvel phase, that 2011 phase of Marvel in the comics was wee.
Yeah. So they were ready to make a change. Comic book fans,
All new, all different. That's what the second one was. All new, all different.
right. Like I said at the time, we had Ironheart, we had Miles Morales, we also had Ms. Marvel, the first Muslim American superhero. So these characters were coming like within years of each other. Some comic book fans, I guess, I was not ready for the change or not happy with the change, but I think it's a great change. It's just a reflection of the type of the world we live in, the type of people we live in. We're multicultural, right? So we, everyone.
Not all superheroes are like the Avengers.
Right. Everyone should be represented. So that was pretty cool. So let's talk about RiRi Williams. Who is RiRi? She is from Chicago.
Yeah.
All right.
Attended M.I.T at 15 years old. But just a decade earlier, her parents found out that she was getting bored of the world, quite literally, because she was a super genius. She literally knew almost everything about the world, so it was beginning to bore her. By the way, hello, Alex. Happy Thursday to you too.
All right, welcome, Alex. Thanks again for coming. Yeah, we're just started talking about RiRi Williams and Ironheart. So yeah, so we're talking about the origin of RiRi. There was the first issue was very nice. It was very
Yep.
well written. It had to do with there was a storyline where Riri's parents, her mother and stepfather, are visiting a child psychologist, and he's giving them his analysis. All right, Tim Darby. All right, Tim, how are you? Thank you
Hello.
so much. Thank you for joining up. Hope all is well with you. Thank you so much. Great seeing you as well. Happy holidays. Wonderful, Tim Darby. All
So
right.
the exact quote her
Yes.
psychologist said was, "People of her intellect sometimes find themselves getting bored with the world around them, confused by it, frustrated with it, and retreat inside their own mind. And then the ability to interact starts to slip. As we fill up her mind, it's up to the parents to fill her heart and soul.
Mhm.
You need to show her the beauty of this world. Remind her to experience life. You want to look her in the eye every day and say, 'I love this world.'"
Yeah, that was beautifully written. That's yeah, that's the talent
Props
of
to the writers.
yeah, that's the talent of Brian Michael Bendis. Yeah, so she was that kind of character. She was just she just wanted more. Like she just that type of person who is so smart, picks up things so quickly, and just wants to just learn and understand the world that
Like
she
me.
lives in. Yeah, right. I absolutely.
Remember
I
that virtual learning phase?
yeah, I know virtual learning was not easy, but yeah,
Dad,
yes.
here I
Mhm.
am, like, you know, I'm good. I'm doing great. I'm in second grade. Psych! Curveball!
Well, I mean, you were still in second grade, but you were at home.
I was.
Yeah, but we got through it. It was cool. We got through it.
I've learned to dislike school via Zoom.
Yeah. So this was the type of person that Riri was, and she spent a lot of time. She didn't have a lot of friends. She's just spent a lot of time with herself. She's always working with tools and trying to put things together. She has a garage, a little bench where she sits down, and she is there, and she is just, have no idea what's going on outside of her table and her
Yeah,
tools. So she's always tinkering with something.
it's like me.
Yeah, yeah, just building. She's just like I said, is a super genius, and she went to MIT, like one of the top schools in the world, right? Massachusetts Institute
Of
of Technology.
technology.
Yeah.
MRT.
And you know what's
My
interesting?
future college. One
How
of them, at
you
least.
never know. You never know. I can see you there. Now, MIT. Now, I wonder if anyone knows the connection. How did this connection with MIT and Marvel start? Um,
Spider-Man away home.
well, right, but I think Tony also went to MIT, right? Tony Stark.
Killmonger. Didn't
Kill.
he go too?
Ooh, we have to go back and look that up. But yeah, but MIT seems to be the school to be for superheroes.
Yeah, it's like the place to be. MIT doesn't even need to do any publicizing because Marvel just does that for them.
Exactly, exactly. So unfortunately, Riri being a child of Chicago, living in the South Side, she did experience some tragedy related to gun violence. She lost her stepfather and her best friend. So something like that, she was retreated even more, and she was just more determined to build this suit of armor. That was just something that she wanted to do. Um, let's talk about Tony Stark. How did they meet? Riri Williams, we said, is, she's a student of MIT. So apparently she stole some materials or some tools to use to build her own suit of armor.
Yeah.
Yes, Keith.
So guess what?
Yes.
Otto Octavius and Jim Rhodes and Darren Cross. They all went to MIT. Can you believe it?
Oh, wow. You looked that up already?
I literally Googled what Marvel heroes went to MIT. So.
Got it. Okay.
And yes, Stark did go to MIT.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, yeah, we want to go into that history of MIT and figure out,
Eric
the
Stevens
connection.
And Robert Ryder.
Okay. Okay. All right. So Tony and Riri meeting. Okay. So Riri, MIT student, steals materials from the university, takes it home.
Not the best idea, but I
No,
mean,
that was very bold of her, and she takes it home and she wants to build her suit of armor. Tony Stark, apparently knows people there, and like I said, I believe he used to go to MIT.
he did.
He was told about the story that this person named RiRi just up and just took these tools to build her own armor. So Tony pays her a visit. He goes to her home in Chicago, and he is at her garage, and she, he wants to know, okay, well, what are you building? And she shows him a prototype of a suit, like something that she put together herself. And Tony was very impressed. And just very excited that this young girl, only 15 years old, can build something like this. And the only thing that she needed was an AI. Just like Tony had when he built his suit, he had an AI to help him control the suit. So she looked at Tony and said, well, can you help me with that? And Tony says to her, well, an AI would cost about $45 million.
Yeah, and it's like, what?
Yeah. And do you know what her response was after he said that? She said, you can afford it. Yeah. So, but but Tony left impressed with RiRi. So impressed, we'll tell you why. So that leads next into what happens with Tony Stark. There was a series called Civil War. It was a comic book series, Civil War 2, where these heroes, it's very similar to Captain America Civil War.
Yeah, so basically, Civil War 2 was any superhero that wasn't in the first Civil War is in this one.
Right. And
came out at about the time that the Civil War movie came out in 2016. Which is, I don't know why they reinvented the wheel, but with more people. Like they just threw in the Guardians of the Galaxy, the X-Men, the Alpha Flight, Aurora for some reason, from the Alpha Flight. And then Phantom X and Ava, his assistant or whatever. Like they just went cherry picking and picked every single cherry in the orchard and didn't replant.
Okay, Keith. All right. Anyway, yes. So there's a civil war going on with the superheroes, and they're battling each other. One in particular with Iron Man and Captain Marvel, they're going at each other.
They're the main heroes. Iron Man's in conflict with a lot of people.
Right. Things did not look good for Tony. Tony suffered a lot of damage. I mean, he was near death, as a matter of fact.
Went into a
coma. Placed in a coma. And when RiRi heard about this story, she felt it was her turn to pick up the mantle and become the new Iron Man. But she didn't call herself Iron Woman or Iron Girl. She called herself Ironheart, right? And picked it up from and picked it up from there. And what is cool is Tony, I had the forethought that at some point she was going to, build her suit and maybe pick up the mantle and, be this great superhero. So what he decided to do is create an AI of himself to assist her with the suit. Wouldn't it be awesome? We know this Ironheart series is coming next year. If they can get Robert Downey Jr. to be the voice of the Tony AI, I think that'd be awesome.
Tony AI.
Right? That would be awesome. But so that's what happened. Then after that, RiRi, made up with MIT after MIT came to visit her and said that they weren't going to press charges. They actually offered to create a laboratory for her at the school where she can build anything she wanted. Right?
Wow, that's what you want from a college.
Yeah, how about that? That's power. And in addition to going back to MIT, she was also offered a position on another team called
the Champions.
The Champions, yes, right. Now the Champions pretty much was just a new generation of superheroes, right? And it included Kamala Khan, Miles Morales,
Viv Vision, Sam Alexander, Amadeus Cho.
Right, exactly. Now, I
know these people.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what I was going to ask you. Do you know anything? Can you tell us anything about the ones that we
There's a
not be
lot of
familiar
people.
with?
There's also Wasp, by
Yeah,
the way.
there was a Wasp.
Nadia Van Dyne, I believe,
Okay, now
from an
is
alternate
she the
world.
daughter of? Um,
I believe she's from an alternate world or
oh,
something.
okay. So she's not related to Ant-Man. Not sure.
I'll look it up.
Yeah.
But
Okay, yeah. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
so
What do you know about
they were in the
Vision?
comics.
What do you know about Viv and Sam
Viv is
Alexander?
actually Vision's daughter.
Oh, okay.
Did you know that?
No, that's why I'm asking you the
So
question.
apparently there was this comic run called Vision, in which Vision had a family
Mm-hmm.
with another Vision.
Interesting.
So he has Vision kids. So like, just imagine, it's like it's like 3 o'clock. The dismissal bell rings, and your kids just face through the wall, and they're like, "Hi, Dad. School was great."
So she is related to Vision, huh? Okay.
Yep.
All right. Nova, Sam Alexander.
Yeah, he was. I believe he was part of like the Avengers at one point.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the Ultimate Spider-Man TV show. That's how I know him.
Gotcha. And Amadeus Cho.
He is Braun. He was in this book that I have, Avengers Assemble. It's like a novel.
Okay. Now is he similar to a Hulk, Braun?
He is a Hulk.
Okay, he is a Hulk. Okay.
Yeah.
Is he related to Tony? To Bruce?
Bruce.
Yeah.
Not to my knowledge.
Right. Okay. Right. Yeah. So it's interesting. You know, this new generation of superheroes get together and they decide that, well, it's our turn to take on these villains and be the ones. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So I see the
he is
suit.
a Hulk.
So he does. Yeah. He is a Hulk. Interesting. Okay.
Hulkity.
Yeah.
Hulk.
All right. So that's Amadeus Cho. All right.
Hulk.
Now, yeah. So this
Hulk,
group,
Hulk.
the champions. More than likely, we're not going to see them in the MCU.
Yeah, we're more likely to get some of them lumped into the Young Avengers.
Yeah, I think
because Miles Morales definitely has to cross over to the MCU at some point.
We hope so.
I wonder if they'll cast me. I mean, that depends on when the movie comes out, because I need to be like 15 or something.
Yeah, you might be old enough by the time Marvel gets the rights, or Sony decides to make a Miles Morales film, but that'll be awesome.
Watch Sony.
Yeah, well, you don't even know Sony.
Yes,
all right, no, you don't. Okay,
I know.
Right.
So, by the way,
yes,
she's the daughter of Hank and it's Hank Pym and Maria Pym.
Hank and Maria Pym. Okay. Well, it's different in the comic books versus the MCU.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
The thing is, Marvel and their comics are great because, like, you think about it, Star Wars, they take their comics and incorporate them.
Mm-hmm.
Marvel treats their comics like suggestions. No, I'm just kidding. They don't. But like, basically, Marvel uses their comics as inspiration. So they exist in different worlds, but they're used as a base per se. Like, they'll pull from the comics. They'll make references from previous comics in the MCU.
Mm-hmm.
But real quick, let's take a break for Q&A.
Yeah, let's look at Q&A. Alex, thanks for joining us once again. Okay.
By the way, anyone else wants to join in the comments?
Yes, right,
Just
exactly.
speak your mind.
And right, yeah.
Family-friendly podcast.
Right, and if you have any comments or questions regarding RiRi and Ironheart, if you read in for stories, Alex says, "Wow, it's sad how Tony was in a coma, but it's cool how RiRi became Ironheart
and picked up the mantle.
Up the mantle also." Right, exactly. Right. Oh, actually, thank you for bringing that up, Alex. That proves my point. The title of this episode was Ironheart created to replace Iron Man, mm-hmm. which, if you read the stories, that's absolutely not the case. But
yeah, she was created because Iron Man was her idol, basically.
Exactly, right, like, exactly.
She went after her idol, is the idea.
Yeah. Now, Alex, look, I don't know if you were around when Ironheart began, but there was a lot
or a Marvel fan when Ironheart began.
Yeah, there was a lot of controversy regarding these characters all of a sudden taking over for the legacy characters. Like people did not. I mean,
like, there's Miles Morales and there's Peter Parker, but it's not like they decided to boot Peter off the sea and replace him with Miles. And it's not like Hulk and it's not like Miss Marvel was created to replace Hulk, or Ironheart was created to replace Iron Man, or Jane Foster was created to replace Thor. it's not like anyone or Sam Wilson created to replace Captain America.
Exactly.
It's not like anyone thought, oh, let's just replace every single original character. They thought, let's make alternate versions. Let's explore what would happen if some of these characters retired or just decided to quit their jobs for some other reason.
Yeah.
Who would fill in the gaps? Who would take their plates, basically?
Yeah.
It's not like they're copying it's not like they're reinventing the wheel, but with new faces. It's different people. It's new stories to tell, basically.
Exactly right. And not everyone is going to have the same story to tell, obviously, right? There people coming from different backgrounds, different cultures. They're not going to experience the world the same. And for Marvel to continue to evolve and to reinvent themselves and continue on for more than 50, 60 years, you
Marvel
can't.
will never die.
Right. Well, you just can't have the same characters and telling these same stories
It's
over.
going to get old. I mean, if
Absolutely.
I saw Iron Man on screen for 60 years,
yeah.
Firstly, Robert Downey Jr. and every single other Marvel character is going to age.
That's right.
Like, you can't just have one person play the same role for like 60 years.
Right. Right. So it was never the case. Like I said, back then, people were up in arms. They thought that their favorite characters are getting replaced by other characters.
Yeah,
that's not.
No. I want my people back. No,
that's not what happened. No one was replacing anyone.
No.
Yeah, exactly. So, like you said, that actually RiRi was inspired by Tony, right? And and isn't that a great thing to have someone who wants to be like you inspired them so much that they want to be you? I think that's a great compliment.
Yeah. So Alex,
yes,
the Champions are awesome. I read some of their comics too. Like you, I don't think there will be a Champions film, but there'll probably be a Young Avengers film.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Why not a Disney Plus series though? Like, I think we might get a series about them because you think about it, they basically already set us up. I mean, we had the Miss Marvel TV show. We had Hawkeye with Kate Bishop.
Mm-hmm.
We already have Spider-Man. Miles is still, in his own Sonyverse. True. And then we have, I don't know about Braun because he's not in the MCU yet, but we have Ironheart, right?
Mm-hmm. We do.
And I'm trying to think of the other Avengers members.
Well,
Patriot. We have Patriot.
We do have Patriot. Now, are you saying that they should make a Disney Plus series about the Champions or about the Young Avengers? Okay, the Young Avengers, right?
Yeah.
I see that happening.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, I think that would be pretty cool. And who would not want to see that? You know what I mean? Can you imagine bringing all these young superheroes together? I mean, I think that would just be awesome.
I mean, that's what Marvel would say they've been working towards.
Right.
Because the Miss Marvel TV show was actually pretty awesome, but like nobody really saw it coming, and that was why it was so great. Because like I wasn't expecting it, and it blew my mind because it was such a good TV show. Like people were like, "Oh, it's not gonna be good. Oh, it's not great. Oh my God, they're recasting." No, it was actually quite great. Like if some people would just stop hating for a minute and would watch it, they'd like it.
Yeah, it's some people just are not.
See, some people are just so close-minded.
Well,
that's like,
and they
I'm
just don't like
the
change.
I'm gonna stick to the oldies.
But
and you know what I mean when I say that.
Well, I'll tell you something. We're excited for Ironheart. We have no idea. It's coming out next year. We have no idea when it's coming out. But as we get more information,
Moon Girl is also coming out. Next year.
Yeah,
we're getting our first look at the Beyonder there. Lawrence Fishburne.
That's right. Yeah, you know what? When we need to find out when that's coming out, and then we'll probably do like an introductory video about Moon Girl because she has a backstory as well, in the comics. So can't wait to hear about that.
So we'll prepare you guys for that because Ironheart and Moon Girl are actually friends in the comics.
Exactly. And Tim, I saw your comment. Thank you so much about the swag. Thank you so much. All right. Mm-hmm. And we hope to see you again soon. All right. Do we have any other comments? Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. So we'll be returning on Wednesday. All right. Wednesday is the season finale of Andor. All right.
Sadly.
Yeah, I can't believe it's happening.
Been a journey.
It is. It's
hasn't it?
Not going to talk too much about it because we'll wait till Wednesday.
Spoilers.
And we were on yesterday talking about episode 11, but it's just been a fantastic ride, and I have no idea how this season is going to wrap up on Wednesday, but we're
And
looking
then,
forward to it.
should
Yes.
I break out my cereals, Mom?
No. Well, we got to space it out. We gave out some yesterday, so that's
it's like pie. You can't have too much.
Alex says, I totally agree with Keith. The show's are great. So are the comics.
Miss Marvel Comics is what got me really into the comics.
Nice.
And I'm super excited for Ironheart.
Absolutely.
Yeah, diversity is everything sometimes.
Yeah, I agree. I do agree. So that's where we're going. Even in the films. If you look at what's happening in the films, like you were talking about the Mighty Thor, Jane Foster, and then we have Shang-Chi.
I think they kind of got rid of Mighty Thor too fast, though.
Well, we don't know.
She got like a movie
we're gonna go
to shine.
Well, yeah, right, true. But we're gonna go into spoiler territory, I guess, which is you gonna want to talk a little bit about.
Love and Thunder has been out for like 3 months.
I know,
if you haven't seen it, you're really missing out. Oh, Dad, by the way,
yes,
I have a mission for you.
You have a mission for me. Yes, what is it?
Sign up for Disney Plus. That for the audience. Sign up for Disney Plus.
Okay, well, aren't we already signed up for Disney Plus?
Yes, I'm talking to the audience. Sign up for Disney Plus.
Okay, well, hey, look, I'm sure everyone who's watching has Disney Plus, right? That's the shows we're talking about right now. All right.
That's the idea.
That's the idea. All right, Keith, where can people find us?
Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Radio Public, Amazon Music, Audible, or wherever you get your podcast. You can check out our socials, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at Fathers and Galaxy. Our website is fathersandgalaxy.com. Please buy some merch from us. We have a merch store that's now open, fathersandgalaxy.myspreadshop.com.
Yeah, and you know what? There's t-shirts, there's sweatshirts, mugs, coffee mugs, water bottles.
Our sale has ended, but you can still get some good merch on there.
Yeah, so just take a look, just browse. You never know. You might find something that you will like.
Visit our website, fathersandgalaxy.com. Please donate to our Patreon page so we can keep outputting awesome content like this.
Mm-hmm.
And check out our Spreaker page as well.
All right. So thank you very much. So again, we'll be back on Wednesday. Thursday, of course, is a holiday, so we won't be here on Thursday, but we will see you on Wednesday, right? Mm-hmm. All right. And we can't wait. So please enjoy your weekend. And until Wednesday, take care. And we will see you again.